Nawetani góor yi bu mu dooree fiil nekk na problème third division bi bu mu dooree fiil nekk na problème JFF bi bu mu dooree fiil nekk na problème ba da ngaa gis ne suñ semi final seasonals yi dañ am pour yóbbu ko buffer zone beneen bi dañ ko yóbbu there's a school in Birkama the name just dama lose name bi so si suuf lañ ko si suuf no the other one Bottom yeah so foofu la Lamin versus Combo South foofu lañ ko play Combo Central 2 at Combo South ñu ko play Marakisa which was a perfect location for it we would not want it to we would not have wanted to be anywhere else but field dafa nekk suñ problème bi da nga gis ne final bi it took us 2 months to have a field not just that but also GFF schedule conflicts and all that kind of stuff because that is priority. We cannot play another tournament on top of the GFF leagues. GFF leagues would always be priority. Why Santa Sunday, Saturday be Sunday be final be dinner though, and that's gonna lead me to no, you don't let us see affair in relationship between women's football authorities.
Yeah.
I cannot speak for everyone, but I'll speak for myself. And I think that's a reflection of most people within the committee that is hosted.
That's a fair one.
When it comes to women football, the relationship we have per individual, individual unique women football is very healthy, is very smooth. We have an open communication. We sometimes go and seek for advice. We update them of what we are trying to do, and when we call, they come and support. So we are thankful. We want to say thank you to them, and we hope that it would continue. However, on the male side of things, we would love to see President Kaba, Vice President Gori Dal. We would love to see involvement because I believe that this is a project that is done to complement the efforts of GFF. Ñoom the top football authorities. Anything that we do is complementary to what they are doing.
Exactly.
So it would be nice to see them, show their face. I know sending some of them the last time that we have the All-Star game, sending some of them invitation, but maybe one showed up or maybe none showed up. But I'm not a woman football, they were there.
Yeah.
So on that side, this guy whatever we are doing is just complimentary of what they are doing.
But did you guys approach them like official, like to approach them and tell them that you know what this like to sell them the idea? That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like people like Jenaba Cham is the president, and I remember on that All-Star game in Sarakunda East. I think she was there. So
she was there.
It will be good for them to also play their part because, like you said, you guys are complementing their efforts because they are the footballing body in our country. So if anybody is trying to do something good for football, at the end of the day, you are supporting their initiatives. So I think it will be very, very, very good if they also come on board to make this thing better because it's already good one because guys, this is not easy to do. It's not easy, and I think people have to say a big thank you to everybody involved in this worthy initiative. So it's not easy Ras, to run a tournament like as big as this one, especially female football.
Come numa ko waxe rek women football president, senior coordinators, junior coordinators, women football si bopam Habib, I have to be honest with you, every time we knock on their doors they come, they support us, and ñun tam dañ leen dee jox cër bi ñu jox leen that respect. Anything that we want to do as a committee, we write to them and say this is what we want to do. And I guess even Nawettan bi bum doore we wrote to them and say lii lañ observe, ñun lii lañ bëgg a contribute si yeen loolu na liggéey.
Fantastic.
You know what I'm saying? And the same with this final two, we wrote to them and say excellent board bi léegi dañ bëgg ngeen ñëw ngeen fekkee affaire si, and I'm super grateful with women football. I'm not being biased. You know, I love women football. Why guiding how? Why at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it how it is.
Yeah.
We don't even have 25% involvement from the men side of the football authorities.
I understand.
And we, honestly speaking, we would love to see that. We would love to see Kaba showing up to one of these events because the players New Faneka play, they're not my sisters. They're not my daughters. They're not my nieces. They are Gambian female footballers, and Kaba Moneka sen president.
Yep.
And whoever is the VP is their VP, and whoever is the competition department is the head of competition department. Come for these girls. Come and show your face for these girls. Because if I was, for example, if I was Catherine Jata and I'm playing for Serekunda West, and I see Kaba in the front seat watching me, that would have a big impact.
Yeah.
And I would appreciate that. So in the future, you get Jemanyan guy that so fake.
No, they have to. It's about commitment, and then just to actually when you say all sign in China, you could see you know, from the GFF official fan Facebook page, they were all happy and they wrote something about her. Yeah. We also saw who else? These guys in Liberia, whenever they are, you know, they won the league officially from the GFF official page, they are happy to be part of it. Like she's a Gambian. So Lolo Mola one, just to add chilling out they should come on board because definitely they control the affairs of our football in our country. So Hamane is the first year. It's going fine. So the last thing, like Rasmoy, after all, what are your what's the vision of this whole tournament? You know, what's the vision of this whole tournament?
The vision is we are so lucky to have a blueprint, and the blueprint has been in existence for the longest time. Hidna balama judusa, NAWETTAN dafa yaga Gambia, Zonas dafa yaga Gambia.
Yeah,
it's very popular to male side. See, when we came in, we were lucky enough to have that blueprint. We want to give the females the same thing.
Yeah.
So our vision or our mission is to maybe in the next 5 years, New Guinea Serekunda West is running a proper independent women's NAWETTAN. Serekunda is doing it, Manja is doing it, Bakau is doing it, Banjul is doing it, Lamin is doing it, Birkama is doing it, Combo South, Combo Central, Jaku, you name it. All over the country, that these committees would pick it up themselves and say, we have now gotten a platform. It's up to us to preserve it and make sure that every year they would look forward to a NAWETTAN. So guy pares in NAWETTAN, they would look forward to a zonal or national NAWETTAN.
Yeah, I think one of the luckiest zone, maybe in my opinion, might be Serekunda East for the simple fact that they have the buffer zone. I understand. So maybe I'm not chance because for example, Serekunda West. So Nekene Pagwi is engaged with NAWETTAN or league football. The only other option is LK. You have LK. It's tough to have LK. The other field boy am done so it's tough. So what I'm feeling, Serekunda is chance because they have I'm not some kills for Neka. Banjul maybe soon on the party sense it's still good. Maybe they might also have a chance. But I think more important than more you guys have to take up the initiative. It's full of challenges, but at least they didn't want to how alhamdulillah because this tournament are gonna final. It's well publicized, and then you get everybody to go out in numbers because it's free. Nobody is asking about money. It's free, and the only way we could give back to our people is support. It doesn't cost a thing. Dohan to red duga sekunda is jilgir. Wow. So I think Lee what nañ see watan more and more and more and more. No hamne. If we come together, we can do a lot. Because man, I'm really surprised that you guys have pulled this one out. Because that's this with all the money you answer, it's difficult for you to organize a proper tournament. Tell Lee, I know what you can do. Hamnane sa energy ak sa money, everything is in it. You don't need to say it. So sacrifice that because legal Gambia that's dafa meeting because fair amus.
Habib, I think what made it easier and what made it even possible, or even the big factors and the biggest players in these are the people who are on the ground, starting with the presidents at the parks. You know, because they could have easily said, no, the qualifier rounds, well, NAWETTAN is going to run. We don't have the fields for the girls. The boys, you know, nyom Azo, nyom Oscar, you know what I'm saying? Nyom CD, nyom Bongo. I think in terms of resources, having these individuals there made it possible because it would not have mattered how much of $100 is to put in there if you don't have an amazing team like that.
Those boys are amazing.
Not have an amazing team. If you are not part of an amazing team like that, then don't achieve something like this. But we want to say thank you to everyone, and we hope on Sunday people would be there to be part of such a great event.
It is. Boy, you know, nyom Oscar, Ali Wenga, nyom CD ak ñeneen ñi nga xam ne xawma leen ñëpp boy ñooñu di person bu ma gis ci ñoom ak fuñ jee jógee di fay pass dem si maagi si di cover. No, loolu ñooñu they are miles away from the rest because like I said, Gambian football xaalis nekku si loolu ñëpp ko xam koo si gis mu see dee surtout those at the lower level is just person, and it's good ñu leen la comment because so amee xaalis tam te nekkuloo Gambia te am a very good team on the ground do work. It's not gonna happen. So I think it's a great initiative, and then you know, come ni ko waxee rek we hope ne every year dafa gën a big because nekk ni dem ngeen di fo xam ngeen seen challenges xam ngeen di financial involvement am ngeen an idea. So coming to next year it will be even better. Why the only main problem comme ni ko waxee rek mooy football pitches yi nga xam ne mën nañ ko use ci time bu leen neexee loolu dafa xaw a difficult because of league bi. Even so xoolee right now women football bi is ñoom ñu ko find tough, you know, ñu ko find tough to invent. So venues mooy the problem, but you guys already find a way because it's happening and finally moo taxaw fu mu nekk nii. So definitely loolu moom dañ ko sol bu baax a baax to the entire group ñi nga xam ne are behind this fantastic initiative. So that was a good one.
Mane jërëjëf suma waaji moom mi ngi egsi adversam bu nice, you know, we have to steal that.
moo ko mujjee am. Man fajar laa ko am moo ko mujjee am am nga time window so amutee windbreaker ndee jooy fu nekk nii muy kontaan.
Sana welcome Sana yaa ngi mute welcome
man suma boss
wax ko ne ñun dañ sori ñun jegewuñ.
waaw
balaa moo egga si ñun dafa fekk ne ñoom
ñun dañ sori
gisuloo lekk sax ñun dañ dee xëy fekk ñu ngi nelaw.
waaw yaa ngi gis
Ras jege betuwaar taxul nga am si ndawal bi. Am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi dëkk Stockholm amuñ ko loolu du excuse nangul ne last feeling rek.
waaye man yow yaa ma musa oye last feeling so that's fine man last feeling like ever since. Ras bala nga dem si league bi I just want to put some words together
absolutely
for this great initiative.
Absolutely.
The first ever women zonal final. First of all, dañoo rafetlu seen liggéey, you know, the team on the ground. I heard you mentioning that the resources you had, they made everything really, really possible. easy, simple to make sure that this holds. And then I think it's a huge thing. It's a step in the right direction as far as women football is concerned. Because it's gonna serve as a base, for players. They're trying to climb the ladder. Bunirero, I'm not offering women football at a grassroots level. We get hit very well, and I think a lot of our communities are getting involved in women football, and I think that is something that we need to acknowledge, and that is going to be the base. That is going to be the base for our second divisions. It's going to be the base for our fourth division. I would say that this NAWETTAN probably is going to be served as a third division. So it is really important to acknowledge Lolo. The organizers, right now, it's a total sacrifice. The Gambian football, as far as we are concerned, sacrifice Amusaneka. Why in fact you give them a tap on the back to say well done for the great initiative, for this great job. You just don't know how much this means. I hope that the people at the football house, could look at this on a realistic context, and you try to come in as well to compliment what you're doing. We wouldn't mind. I would say the way they took zonals, men zonals, that is a way they should put energy on us, to make sure that the females also has the same opportunity, to play football, especially representing their zones. Leave more into the passion and hungriness for you to be fight very hard, to play in the first and second division, and eventually you will end up wanting to represent national team B. I think you would want to sit on the sideline, Ras. Why we know you and your team, you did an amazing job.
And it's not. I don't mean to cut you. I don't mean to cut you, but I thank you for everyone who is saying good initiative, Ras. But this is not my initiative.
No,
I'm a small piece of
I agree.
This
I agree.
There's a lot of people you know what I'm saying.
I completely agree. I know the team. The team on the ground. Man, they're the biggest players. Because they're the one who are making everything possible.
Exactly.
We have to be realistic. But on the other hand as well, we cannot also put a deaf ear or the deaf a blind eye to people. They're also on the sideline to make sure that everything is happening.
Right.
And then more agnen.
Right.
Then continue. The beginning is always hard, and I know it's rough, but everything held your head high to make sure that the new eager for you are eager, and that is to play this final. I think this is just a beginning. It's the beginning of something very exciting. Women football. So congratulations to the team back home. And then anybody who is also, in the diaspora trying to help make this possible, I will say well done to everybody.
I'm gonna last leave problem. Ras. ñun dañu man do ma takal nek day gis nga
ñu duga ci ligue bi gis nga
mun lo sabat di feature amna lo xamne look listen, there are many Gambians out there in the diaspora ñoo xamne they want to do something back to the country. Why xeyna amuñ the right partners. Man tay rek ma ngi wax a Gambian ko xamne is doing a fantastic job in UK. ñu ko wara aussi platform. We have to encourage people. Loolu nu moo amee mooy nit su defee lu baax dañ ko wax baaxi jàmbur waaye wut sa mbaax dara. So that's it. Nobody said you are this. No, it's a teamwork. But
right.
Job well done.
Yeah, I appreciate Nago. Dinañ dugg si ligue bi yaa ngi gis Ruben si Uncle Ruben si comment section bi. I cannot even blow his comment. I'll just leave it there. You do guys league. Anyway, Sana, you know do guys league Gambia. I think I will be part of this discussion, and then I would have to leave. And you guys take over. Habib.
Yes.
Before you do guys fixtures it time. Sana dang ñu jégal rek because this is gonna sound like this is a real di Banjul vent. gis nañ Real de Banjul at Falcons a really big game. You know what I'm saying? But a very controversial call in the first quarter of the game that we can say had a very big impact on the outcome of the game. Was it a red card for you or it wasn't?
No,
And
it's technical foul, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a foul. It was ñaari foul moo fa am.
Mm-hmm.
So xam nga suñ tubaab bi coach bi.
Mm-hmm.
daf dee cover daf dee suñ maa gis dañ ko dee record.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the recordings they use drone.
Mm-hmm.
So every angle dañ ko dee am from back ak side angle.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got all the footages of the match. So after the show, na ko said, boo gisee shareuma that video on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Man, nobody respect Gambian referees more than me.
Right.
Nobody love them more than me, and nobody promote them more than me. I got the footage. While footage ni ko defee is very negative towards the referee. Because they mention his name, blah blah blah, FIFA referee, and then they start showing you all the errors you have with the game. So man, I have a huge platform,
mm-hmm.
and I don't have anything personal about that referee.
Mm-hmm.
Pour my post lolu ci platform bo xamne it's over 110,000 followers, and then it goes everywhere viral. That's not my interest ci lolu.
Yeah.
Because I want to see more Papa Gasamas in our football.
Mm-hmm.
But legi dama taxaw tanki fan. I'm a fan, and I'm a die-hard Real de Banjul fan. So I was really angry of the officiate of the game. It's really poor. You don't expect that from a top referee. You don't. Not only the goal, the cards he was given to Real de Banjul from first tackle. When it comes to Falcons, no cards. And there are some very bad tackles. I will send you the footage. Why Bob say post tomorrow, no mention his name, profile, because in as much as you can be angry, we know how to control our emotions. So I think that'll be a force. But
I think
Mike Bohamne is top of the table class. You have to handle that game professionally. But the way the referee handled the match was really bad. And then the impact game the game bo hamela top of the table class la one. I'm got two teams you have they were ready for it. Two teams you have adjustment in the second round. So you man contact the Mota, I use the Real de Banjul fan page to show that's a fan page. It's for the fans.
We know that you have the video and you have seen it in different
angles. I will send it to you. Like I said. Different.
Wow. So we know that you have the video and you have more angles than the referee that day. And definitely you have more angles or more views than me and Sana because we have not seen the video. So put us through that play. If I see a red card at that time, maybe I will say, okay, so if Moneka last defender, then it's a definite red card.
No, if there was no first tackle, if there was not tackle, first tackle, I would debate because so tackle or it last defender is a red card. I would debate. Man, I'm not biased.
Mm-hmm.
But the action am. You understand? Mota Maila referee could have done better on the day. Su nekkoon ne error bi benn error la si game di nga xam ne nit la dafa make mistakes. But if the errors su demee ba nekk ay 3 errors 4 5 6 loolu dafa xaw a bari. So at one point da nga ne is this a mistake or is it delivery? You understand? While going forward, these are things yoo xam ne they have to work on it, especially the referee, the linesman, the new be in the action. It helps them because that referee is among the most experienced in the league.
Right.
I think he's a FIFA referee. So that referee, we have a very good rapport. Mamo, we had a very good rapport. At my time, I'm on bena, bad blood, mana bena referee about some better player win guy on double footed. But from that tackle, his season was over, and even a yellow card was not out. I made a post about that referee. They were angry with me, but I was fine. It was that same referee but that was a double-footed tackle on a player of Real de Banjul. Card genut. And from that match, played a couple of months, he was out. Well, so in as much as I am Manchester #1 fan, so if you got it wrong, we will say it. We see it in Europe. Referees are getting suspended or taken to second division for doing errors. So it's part of the game. It's nothing personal. And people are watching now because we have Facebook, and then some of these teams are covering their games, so they could get all the angles for them. So it's nothing like trying to yahal it or something. No. They also have
from a fan's point of view, and you are right. Separate the emotions from it. You have a point, and I'm hoping the referee can go back and watch these games and learn from it and move on. But Sana, these are the games that went on today. Gis nañ ne Falcons at Walidan, it does say ne dañ ko postpone. Steve Biko and Team Rhino played to a 1-1 draw. Banjul edged out Samga 1-0. And this is where I want to get your expert opinion on what is going on with Wellingara, PSV Wellingara, because the similar scoreline was the similar scoreline with against Fortune, and over the course of the season, this had been a norm. This had been the scoreline when you watch PSV Wellingara, and absolutely, this is why they are languishing in the bottom end of the league. What is going on with this team, Sana?
Ras, balama duga si fo dang mame bien rek amna abi blum fi wax.
Right.
Ma yokka si tout rek. First of all, jaranka rek amuna halate nonu. Football in as much as we have emotions, we support teams, but we tend to control our emotions. Because then they whole nation athletes, we referees, players, we try to protect them to the best of our ability. Video again, I didn't know the tackle, I didn't see the tackle. But well done, Abib, for not putting that on social media, because you're so dugal alone. You can don't make a jury la sapikan. But you I mean that's complete maturity, trying to make sure that the integrity of that particular referee is protected. No matter, even though you think you had an opinion that okay, he got it wrong on that game, but you still showed that. And I think this is what we expect from you as a Jaranka. We only expect you to be smart every day. Coming to PSV wearing Ras, I think the signs are there on the wall since at the beginning of the season. It took them like 5 games before they could have their 4 points, and then the people they could not find consistency. They were languishing from the bottom, the bottom 2 for the greater part of the season, and I think it's not looking good for them. I think it's one of the worst defensive teams. They considered more goals than any other team in the division right now, and I think. Right now, what is going on in the team is, it will be fair to say, they are battling for relegation, which is going to be really, really difficult putting them because you see teams like Hawks have started picking up points again, and then I think this is the 2nd game we win in a row. So that being said, it's something that they wanted to pick up from where they left it last season as the defending champion. So having those teams winning games and you still dropping, it's gonna be really, really hard season for them right now.
Yes, Habib, because they're gonna Temi is a huge fan of Gambian football, Gambian league. He was involved with Walidan, knows the league inside out. Come here at Sana, and most Gambian football league fans. Temi, his point was PSV Solen said there. They were not prepared as much as other teams you have promote nañ because you could look at other teams and use dinga gis reinforcement yuñ def players yuñ indi experienced players yuñ indi, and he feels like PSV lacked that. Yow dang daan seetaan second division, dang dee seetaan first division. What's your observation with this team and how can they improve? yaa ngi xaw a sa voice baa ngi xaw a dem tuuti. Wow, ñu laa dégg léegi.
I think Tamil he is right on spot because the thing is they were among the best teams in second PSV. I watched them. Especially I'm not saying Ben match it was like a Champions League final. What a game, Ras. What a game for the Independence. I think it was 4-3. They now stand Gambian football end to end. Game will end to end. It was they were playing and they were having some very, 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 very good attacking players. But like I said, in the first division, the first thing you need to do, is PSV wearing an attractive team? That's the question mark. Are they attractive? Because I'm not team so hammed. The moment so again, like, and I just play you get a CNN team come and join me. Are they attractive? It's a community team. I'm not how can they influence other players to join them? We are unsuccessful. But one thing when I mean a team with a Anglo Hali, there are things you can do more. There are some players who have the Geneca Iwalita, Real, or Gamtel, and they are not happy. They are not happy like they are good players, but maybe I'm enough time to play.
So voice banging them down to
very good recruitment in terms of young player and because thinking I'm in that flamboyant look for the then you attack players to come. You have to do your work. My observer team in a hundred guys and young players for him. I'm in playing time for happy.
Habib, sir.
Habib, you lose sa voice.
You struggle sa voice.
You lose sa voice.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not so good there. Yeah.
No, Luma explain more. So the team in the second division, te amulo halis 1, 2, team is not so attractive. All you need to do more is a very good recruitment. More in your homework right. Not explore teams in a they are in the first division and send players. I'm a player. I'm enough playing time. In Lulu, would I loan deals? Because PSV they've been good going forward. Because I watched them in the second division. They've been good going forward, but defensively, they were not the best. But in midfield, I mean sometimes I guess send Ankoshi, they find it difficult in certain games. So anyway, in the first division, I play at better teams, at more organized teams. It's gonna be tough. So man luma gis ci ñom moy the talent is there, while definitely the right recruitment. Definitely the right recruitment pour muna maintain themselves in the first division. Unlike Falcons coming from the second division, Falcons were more of a team coming up in the first division. They were more of a team. So what ñom bu ñëwé dañ ñëw with a pattern of play boo xam ne ñoom loolu la gay master. So loolu moo leen dimbale pour ñoom ñu mun a maintain in the league. Plus they were having a top striker of Adama Jammeh koo xam ne min na league bi is a goal poacher bu gaay égee kooku bokk na si player boo xam ne dañ ko add in their 11 mu ñëw lead team bi with his experience dafa help gaay pour ñu mun a maintain themselves. So for PSV it's a different ball game. I think that it's all down to recruitment. So if they found the right recruitment, they could have stayed. And we are in the second round and still now they are struggling. It means it has to be a miracle for them to stay in the fourth division, because things are not looking good, and they concede. The team should concede a lot of goals, then they lack confidence, and that's not good going forward. So I think they have to do something extraordinary to stay in the league. By Fogomane definitely the right recruitment, especially in the second round. I want a chance to adjust. But like I said, some teams, they don't have the financial muscle. 1, 2.
Wow.
And when they are not colorful to attract top players. Because what you can do more, go to a team like Real da Banjul, 5-6 players, then forget in the first round. That I'm going to MOU, you could take those players. Those are unanswered questions. Because every year, I'm not team. Some of these big teams, the Wild Dance, the young player, they are unhappy. In the first round, 15 games, they play 2 or 3 or 1. So they made a team like PSV Wellingham. You could help them, because being in the 30-man squad, like for Wild and or Real teams, it means you are good at something. So I don't think they did the right recruitment.
Fofula buga duge pour ma indi fasana, because you mentioned something very important, more how colorful is the club. Can they attract players even if they are not financially able to satisfy the player? Because of other elements.
Before you go further, just a small example. When BST came to the league, they were players in the first division willing to go down to the second division to join them.
To join BST.
Because what they have in place. BK Milan did the same thing. Ports also, no matter what, they can offer you a guaranteed salary. So financially, you can go there. Because I've seen one of Wildan's top white player, Manke. Manke from Wildan, he went to Ports.
Wow. Manke
Stala?
Wow, Manke Stala.
You think if Ports were not paying salary, you think Manke will go there?
No.
For free? Hell no.
Yeah, but Sana, the same topic bunyekani at Habibi, how colorful most of these clubs are. And so always on table be right now, you can see Falcons. Falcons, dafa hawa reminisce the Fortune story, Simon. Because Fortune time when you league or even now they are able to attract players. Falcons, you get name players coming from Malaysia, players coming from South Africa going to Falcons. And it's reminiscent of the Falcons. I mean, not Falcons, the Fortune year, right?
Well, it will come down to one thing. The love they have for the team. Bunzelo Mbirne, Adama Jane, Matar, they all from the community of Falcons. And then Nyep Ayhale Musa Jameleng, the president of Falcon Football Club.
Right.
So obviously I have seen Adama when the team was even like at the NAWETTAN level. In the third division, when I was at Elite, we had a test game with them. Adama was right there, even every day in practice. Adama about them training armed forces, Shishuba, watch and go train Falcon. So he lives with these kids. He knows them. He's part of them. It's like home. It's like home to these players. And having Matar also with all the experience, playing for the under-20 and then, eventually going to South Africa. I'm sure he's going to come in with a very good experience. And I think he's going to add quality. These are players that add qualities to look Falcons. If you look at Falcons team, they're an energetic team. Very energetic. And then like Abibwa, they had a pattern of play. And then Tonkale Oloko, they will still keep their pattern. Okay, right. They will play their game. And I think having Matar, we all know, it's he's full of energy, very experienced, very technical as well. With his experience, it's not a surprise to see his Falcons where you are. Ngam Adama Sikau, one of the most experienced strikers. Ngam Matar, now they added him to the team, playing in the middle. You could be assured that they have abundance of experience in that team now. So if you take that experience and then couple with the energy the team has right now, I could only see them getting better and better and better.
Thank you. For the come from Tamteru, he joined the Falcon squad, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna Ras. You put the joint Falcon is as easy as F9. Even if they are not paid, they love the team. Love is important. Passion. Same team la. Right now, if you wanna pay them, you can pay them.
Right.
You can't pay them because the league. You can't pay them. They are going back to where they came from because same team la. They can play for free because the environment is their environment. It's a familiar environment. This now send captain. Mungon Armed Forces. Kazola, one of the most consistent defenders.
I forgot about
very
that.
Tough.
Kazola. So look at
tough.
Mourinho. The experience at the center back, experience in the middle, and experience at the in front. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, but it all comes back to luck. They are lucky to own those players, 10 players like no more.
Yeah.
So Dominic Sokobaye model here. They are back home and they love it. And they will be hard to beat because definitely from my suggestion, they'll be hard to beat because with the fact that the team was flying without those people.
Yeah.
They were flying without those people. Sometimes Muna impact team in the negative side because I've seen what happened with Fortune when they were playing without Nyomzik, without all those players you guys add on the second hand. Immediately you add those 5-6 players, send team for them down. They were struggling to win matches compared to the first round. They were flying. So I'm an impact. But these two players you guys add, technically they are good, physically they are good. They are top players, and I think some experience will suit. Like I said, the experience we have from outside in Bangladesh, South Africa.
Time guy know you look at their age. They are a lot younger than the Zikos and the Sonas when they went.
They are young and they're in the game.
And
that's the difference. The difference is these are active players. You can play week in, week out. And they're young and they're healthy. So
I think
obviously it's going to be the difference.
Then quarter right? Gives me so they some football. Get them out. It's not working out. It's difficult. Come back home.
Yeah.
Habib,
dama buga duga si another team bo hamne since buñ promote or even the second division sana they have been doing well. But ku bay hell team Rhino dang they hamne these people they are also a very attractive club because resources wise they are investing in club and mige one see results you guys they they are sitting in 5th place now. And the last time Bugay lose Wabanjul Molendo, they've been undefeated for the last 6-7 games. Team Rhino Sana, I think it's also another team that is worth our time and discussion.
Well, it's a I'm gonna say it's a team that is humble. They try to keep low profile. Trying to make sure that they win over. The team is not over ambitious. It's I remember things has been very realistic. Anytime we had a discussion regarding what we want, what the team wants, what are the objectives, what are things that we wanted to achieve during the course of the season, we say, okay, we wanted to just go in there and make sure that our position is cemented. Okay, then from there we targeted the first 10. Now the team is a mid-table team. The also thing with the team is it's not a very attractive team compared to Real de Banjul, the Wally Dance and others because financially it's not a team that is going to attract players to come. But like you said, there are a lot of good young players. So Holly, the under 20, one of the under 20 players, Lamala, he's in the team. He's the team captain. I'm Sas, one of the best midfielders I have seen at this age group in the first division right now. And then if you look at the team, right, it's also a very composed team. identity. They know what they wanted. They know what they have to do. And results-wise, they just play that safe. When you go in, we can win a game. We're gonna settle for a draw. And I think everything is working well for the team right now. And like I said, it's also a team that's also very hard to beat because the players need to play together. Also, have been playing together for the past couple of years, and then the understanding and the team bonding is already there. If you go and see them train where they train, you would see, okay, these are players that have passion. They have passion of the game. They only play because they love it. So they're not playing because they're expecting something. So if they can enroll and they can team, you would not even be in the second division. But the players, they love what they're doing and they just wanted to play for the club. And I think that is one of the most important secret weapons. Falcons are Team Rhino, resemble Nenko. And then this is what they're using. That is why that is what is really helping them, like during the course of the seasons.
That's very good. Now we gonna go to the bottom part of the table again. Waxtaan nañ affaire yu Wellingara. Greater Tomorrow gisoon nañ ne guy pick up on nañ a very important win against a top 3 team in Walidan, which is very good in their survival time now. Birkama tamit, Habib, why are we seeing such household names in Gambian football? Greater Tomorrow, we can argue they're not on the same level with Birkama or whatever, but these are respected, organized, have a really good foundation, academy, great players, business and players, they flourish. How are they struggling in this league right now? Birkama, Greater Tomorrow.
For Birkama, I think there is something, Lohamne. It's not in the outside for people to understand exactly what is happening. Because Birkama they have a big zone. Birkama before they could pick players. They are lucky to have players, and they have a very big Nawettan zone. I don't know what is happening, or are they maybe the rightful recruitment, because at that time discuss now John Bass about this issue. What is happening is with the team. Birkama is not like it used to be honest. Birkama used to be one of the top 3 teams in the league. You play with Birkama, you go to Birkama, it's like Birkama was a slaughterhouse. Box bar. You go there. It doesn't matter how big you are. You are in Birkama, you are in problem. So they have lost that sense of threat in at home. They are also not having the right players, because if you look at the players they used to have before, Birkama used to have top players, especially attacking players. Right now, they are not. So the reason behind it, there are so many things to Hamlet, because Hamlet is very, I've talked to people, because they call Sisu to know. Even some players, even put sign contract with the club is a problem. They wanna play, and then chance new they go their way. And club B out Harris, because I remember sometime last year they were saying that their bank account was in red. So meaning if your account is red, meaning you are not paying the players. So if you're not paying the players, and then don't want to tie down on a contract because you're not paying them. So
Habib Dogumalade, but I think that this is a good opportunity for Birkama Sport Committee or Serekunda West, or the lucky thing about Birkama, Sana and Habib, is they have a pack. I believe that the people running the pack are also in charge of the team, is it?
Yeah, man, no, Pagui man de Harris.
Pagui, okay.
More time we repair Pagui. They were Birkama. One thing about Birkama, Sen Sports Committee is not only football.
Right.
No. Funyol Mege Harris no. It's for athlete, it's for basketball, volleyball, Sentaukati. They also have a female team.
Okay, so
Madama feel it. The Birkama area council. The power the sovereign team, the sport committee, Manolago. Okay, at that time, they are running boss. So the only thing that the Brikama Area Council was doing was giving them 60 liters of fuel per week. If Brikama Area Council might collect all those hotels in the combos, I think ne one muna solvent the team support because this now something similar happening around Morocco. I understand. The Brikama, they just struggle. So right now, the team is not attractive like it used to be. For example, Gisna Bomodu Bojan came from being a professional. He's from Brikama. You expect him to go back and play for Brikama. Come those other boys. But he went straight to Real Dabangi because the fact is never Brikama. Yeah, he want to go back to Europe or play somewhere. So a team they can't even give you anything. So instead of moving back to Brikama, he went to Real Dabangi. Unlike what happened with Falcons, two of their stars are back and they are playing for their boyhood team. So Brikama, a guy also told me that some of the backroom staff, they have other jobs. So meaning they are not coming to train every week. They have other jobs. We have the more faith and bills. I've more head their past century. So you know what I mean? They will buy Lulu for the team because they have to go to work. Sometimes could be that they occupy with them track. Because Lulu my first job. So what I want foot team be told. I'm a first team coach Mohammed. Then go when I peg down because I def the job the right way. But could be so how much I'm job, I'm family. You don't want to stop. Sometimes the final training, they say 3 times or 2 times a week. You never know, depending on his schedules. So Lufa legacy problem, Barina. I'm not time then them dissolve the entire backroom staff. Being quite a you know what in the what 99.9 of backroom staff will dissolve in the one. Only 1 or 2 people live for Guinea. So it's the system. So Brikama being a very big zone, I think all what is happening, they need to be backed financially, and I think the council, Brikama Area Council, have a huge role to play because Brikama, since the people they love the team.
So why
Habib,
yes, council can back Brikama as a being part of their council, but for modern Jema Yokal guy, my Yokal. Serekunda West, Serekunda East, and everyone. Brikama looking and send team be, new call run are the same people new run facility be. You have a facility that can generate you money. Sana, Habib Yossi Saboba, and myself are privileged to be playing in leagues Yohamne. 7 aside, if you divide the Brikama field into 2, you can have 7-a-side leagues just every Saturday or just every Sunday. Sisuba be Ivory 4, Mustap. You can have 20 teams register in that league. Those 20 teams, you can charge them money to come and play. And that's a way to generate money. And I'm just talking about, you can make it open, or you can make it grassroots, or you can even make it, I play in a over 35 league.
Yeah.
You can make it a 40 league. You can make it a over 30 league. Why, if you have a facility and you are not able to generate funds from that facility on a regular basis, and this is leagues they play every year round. You see 7v7b or 11v11, whatever you call it, is every year round. Every game that you play, you pay. You pay bala season bidi door. Why the fuck covers a games here? Maybe they have other areas Birkama. I'm sure they play volleyball, they play basketball, they play other sports. How can we have our own tournaments apart from just NAWETTAN? Most of these parks, NAWETTAN regular guy, they make a little bit bobu so they want to sustain guy. So they have to sit back and see how can we generate money, put new money run some teams.
But the thing is, the thing about Brikama, enough packs for our game. For example, league be move further all the time, first and second division, league bangedo. And also the one, I'm then very good lightning system. You're having at night, but Brikama is not like Manjai or Kutu for Hamne. soo demee si Manjai Park bi team yaa ngi ñëw di fay ay 20 games a day ba pare Brikama one thing they do Brikama du jee high seen field bi du ko jaaxane moo taxoon ñu am the longest of their pitch because ñoom seen field bi is specifically for the team to train and play kenn du fa perform ay show you play you perform behind the post seen field bi ñoom dañ ko fa bàyyoon noonu rek moo taxoon boo gisee seen field bi yaagoon dafa uteeg other pitches yoo xam ne seen field bi was not exhausted it's squarely for the team to train and play football that's it.
Yeah, but I understand that after Sana Dinala Bainga Dugasi, I understand all that. But if you are not able to generate enough money to support yourself and support your team, even so maybe feel before Funonusa, you are not using it to the best of your ability to make facilities are here. They generate money. Yes, suma allowed kenen at kenen new rent ko mu play for dina yaga maybe another 5 years extra. But if I'm innovative enough and creative enough and attract more of these people to come in, I may be even able to make more money in 5 years to build a brand new turf. But Sana come in.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very interesting topic, and I think I will tend to agree with you. The administrators at Brikama, could have done better. Because they're the one who is responsible of the administrative aspect, in running of the teams. Yes, Brikama should have been. It should have, and I keep saying this. One of the grounds they should be richer than any other club in the country. In fact, you evolve. In fact, we try to be creative. In fact, you try to do things on the way. Sustainability is the key thing here. Are they doing enough to sustain these teams? Young and Brikama are the first division team. You can't even I know for sure. I have seen players who are paid a chicken chain. I don't want to disclose it, but it's hard to say, okay? And they have to leave because they are not earning next to nothing in Brikama. So, in Brikama Parkway, I think they could have used Parkway as much as they could to generate money to sustain some team. Abib said it. They have other sporting disciplines, but here's my thing: is it doable to make sure that I'm football team, I'm volleyball team, I'm basketball team, I'm athletic team, I'm female team? Do you have enough resources to run all those things?
Yeah.
It's a question mark. Okay? You have to, that's where you can come into partnerships. Night games, renting out the field could have played a very important role. It could have had a huge impact in their budget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but right now the only thing that is affecting Brikama is financial. We have to be very honest. The team is definitely not motivated financially. The players, if the players are not paid, like the case of Major, he left Brikama. When he came in, he could have gone back to Brikama, but he can't because he needs to earn a living. So he has to go to the team that's going to pay him. Mm-hmm. So it's like administrators and people responsible of running those clubs want to be elected and stay there just for the sake of names. It's going to be really difficult. We need to evolve. We need to be much more creative now. Football business law. I signed low players contract league. Those days are gone. And now, since Football Federation, the regional that's threatening players. Now players are getting wiser and wiser every day. Mm-hmm. They understand that if you sign a contract, an obligation. The club has an obligation. The player has an obligation. And you have to fulfill this before you can do X, Y, and Z. So if team Yamfa, you want to sign no players, a contract, offer loan and that are on the table, they will not even want to sign a contract. Mm-hmm. So the man can push and pull at the end of the day, because the kids have no job. This is their job. So soon when you want to elect into office, to run a football team, we need to find resources for the football team. And how can we do that? Brikama has a pitch that they could use. Before they, I 60 liters, I stop. GFF ñëw na leen mbaamal na leen indi na leen laajinin system boo xam ne it's not realistic. Why ñoo xamoon nañ loolu? It's not realistic. But why can't you engage the council to put a proper lighting system pour ñu mën a play night games?
Right.
You know, that could raise a lot of money. Te Brikama Ras, anytime there is a football game, the turnout, it doesn't matter what time, nit ñi dañoo génn si seetaan leen. They could generate a lot of monies, you know, si park boobu noonu.
I think that we usually Gambia as facilities, we don't do enough. You know, NAWETTAN is a culture. It comes around once a year. After NAWETTAN, how much are we doing? Put new sustain suñ bopa. But anyway, guys, we're gonna jump into the U20 World Cup. Beer Argentina. I guess they move now from Indonesia to Argentina, but that would not change anything in terms of preparation. Coach Lai Bojangbi and his boys, Habib and Sana. I think this is an area Bohamnes and Dolela. And
yeah, why does he get on? Because I'm not sensitive to find a lot of the buin na mid fans at mid bin and ras the fanda and no under 20 down.
No,
we will deal with it. We only have 15 minutes.
Okay.
We all have 15 minutes to go, so we're gonna deal with this. I don't mind. I can pick it up and then and I'm gonna post some question in terms of your opinion and Abib's opinion. And I think we need to deal with this under Twitter because come and they hold trend. What is trending, and we try to share thoughts about it. And we will like we said, we will put Gambia first. In the Daralo jeopardize the interest of our football and stuff. We're not gonna do that. But then we will say as how it is. Then go as how it is.
Yeah, but I was just saying that you guys run this part of the show.
Yeah.
No, Sana. Bile Ras to do what he is comfortable with. Well, man, look like more. Man, I'm quite from technical because Ras is not as controversial as we are. So I got that. But right now we are about to go to the World Cup. Degluna like Bojang, Bumdame State House. One
point of correction. Ras will be controversial. That they're controversial.
No, Sana.
Buluwane is. If you want to be controversial, you could be very controversial.
No, I would.
You know that.
I'm the most controversial anyway.
Exactly.
But here's the thing though. Habib and Sana, with all due respect, I cannot comment on a project that I am totally against with. Anything that you ask me here, I will plead the fifth and run away from it because I don't.
No, man, Sana,
understand your point.
Sana. You Bile said that man Luma like Ras has nothing to do with all what you want to hear. People are different and they think different. Man Luma like more you we're going to the World Cup Argentina. Mom, what team ñëpp gis nañ ko. So going to the World Cup right now at a bigger and a tougher tournament. Man, I'm our Ras when it comes to what do we have to do in terms of preparation? Do we have to make adjustments? And what do we have to do to nominate a very good tournament in Argentina?
I think, Sana, can you help me on this one, Mom? Because Habib, I honestly gonna play the fifth. Like I said, Motama Bugal and Abai and get Dole.
But you watch us play. You watch the team play, right?
No, I did not. I'll be honest with you. I did not watch. This is your show, man. You guys run it. Sana, please don't put me on the spot. Habibi, run Lenson show me.
No, man, I don't have problem with that, Sana.
No, Ras.
I did not watch any games.
We will talk. I understand.
No, Sana, you have to respect people's space.
No. Listen to me, lad. I'm not gonna put you on the spotlight on this, and I think I'll have to respect it. Even though Sudan has some that's no problem. But there is a show that is coming up. You know, we want to wait until under 20 we play. How to develop grassroots. There are a lot of important areas. We need to look at it critically. You see, we have to start doing things rightly. You know, if it doesn't happen, man mayo yep then feneka di grumble. You know, see internet di grumble, them Gambia di grumble. You know, our authorities needs to hear the fact. Everything is not about results. There are a lot of great Gambians that are into youth football, and they know how it is done international, how it is done from the grassroots. Okay, and it is high time for new action football house we try to be more realistic. If we can then become a longevity in our players' careers, we need to start doing things right from scratch. We will come to that. We are not going to push you to this under 20 because what is on the table for this under 20 is very controversial. Then go.
Oh yeah.
We are going to talk about it. We think that if there is any injustice, we are still going to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
There is one guy, one guy in UK right now. Mungsi you set up the Phoebe postmark. So we will have him on the show. Then schedule that.
I mean, I've been talking to him. I know him personally. I've got his number.
So we want to have him.
You know, he's a great guy. And that, like I said, there are a lot of people that are into youth football. You know, they could be very, very useful for the Gambia. You know, and it's high time for us to give the devil his due. You know, there are people that could help. You know, restructure our youth football. If we wanted to move forward and then we wanted to give a great career to our players, we have to start doing the right thing. But Ras.
But guys, I gotta go now. But I have to say,
it was a good one.
Wow,
it was a good one. It was nice. It was nice to have you here. You know, I think we talked about very important thing. And then when you final became our last.
Final is this Sunday.
Wow, Sunday.
Wow, 4:30.
Secunda is.
Ambience would be there 100% because Smiling Coast fans young.
Yeah, Mami Sila.
I hope
Iron Lady will be there.
President is invited.
The Kaba is invited. Women's football president is invited. Most of the football bodies. I mean, top guys are invited. Maybe new fighters. Wow, ñoom seeni both are in there. Maybe new fighters few people, but even suñ fighters are ñëw because
am na loo xam ne soo ko déggee si nga bokk demal.
Wow.
Amut doxoj ma letter. No, just go.
Wow, why for send U20 bi sana yow tagon nga ma si Ghana. Was it Ghana or Nigeria? U17.
Yeah, Nigeria. Yep.
Nigeria.
Wow. Tagon nga ma si Nigeria send U17 bi, and it was beautiful. It was amazing, and I'm pretty sure that Gambia is doing the same thing. Xam naa ne yéen yéen a dugg si loolu noonu. It's just something li nga xam ne gisoon naa a post on Facebook that was saying these U20s and U70s and U23 dafa war a nekk loo xam ne is typical Gambian based players, because European players they already have their platform. It's not very wise to be recruiting heavily from Europe to represent this lower level national team in Gambia. I have a different opinion of it. You guys may have a different opinion of it, but I think it's just a good way to start and get into the U20 on my loss.
Well, Ruben, jërëjëf. Yow yaa xam ni nga wax si Ras.
Well, Ras, yo. Anyway, it was a good one.
Ras, yow bàyyi nañ la. Yow dinañ continuer wax bi si kanam.
All right.
Have a good day, man.
All right, guys.
Abib, you go quickly because I'm in 15 minutes to finish up this.
Okay.
Gumfoot wrote a very interesting article regarding under 20 with the monies. The guy, and I'm going to read it. You know, breaking news: the U20 players have not received all their monies by the GFF. You know, and corruption took place regarding the $5 million bonuses given by the president. It continued to say before the tournament, GFF trip in terms of preparation and bonuses was financed by government. Post the final match versus Senegal, GFF was supposed to pay each player $40,000 in terms of bonuses. This money has nothing to do, from the has nothing to do with the money that was given by the government. Okay, so the $5 million guy, including the delegation, are meant to understand each of them should have got $135,000, excluding the $40,000 wouldn't the GFF in terms of their bonuses. But what is said is the players they don't pay less. They don't pay just $135,000, and they don't give them their $40,000 billion GFFO. So, according to one of the players, because most of the time, whatever we said, we had a clue about it. We are not only saying that what's gun food transfer could be direct. We will, sources we no break news, but we also have our evidences that we can definitely rely on. We have competent. We have that we very, very reliable. They didn't give them their 40,000, and this is what the GFF said. An individual book but we are not going to expose his name. We're just going to keep it real, because at the end of the day, so what begin the bottom of the name, the GFF warned the players not to speak to gun food transfer and warn them of this not leaking in the press. The players are sad and knows that they have been framed by the GFF, but if they speak out, they will not be going to the FIFA U20 World Cup in Argentina. The $40,000 is for 25 players is totaling to $1.4 million. Is now disappears in the air. And the only GFF members knows what they have done with this money. So here's the thing. The government gave out $5 million as a bonus to the players and officials. I mean, on the list, I don't know how many people are they going to, compensate. But it is believed that each player will have $135,000. But the big question is that the GFF owes the players $40,000 each, match bonuses, which is not paid. And you still threaten them not to talk about this issue with anybody outside. That's a very delicate situation.
Wow, Stanley, mom. When it comes to money, there's always a problem. Lulu is becoming a norm, it's been repeating itself over and over because they are doing whatever they want to do and nothing is coming out of it. So Mota, this trend is not ending anytime soon. So GFF authorities, when it comes to money, they are very close. They get to you. Do you disclose that? Secondly, the moment to understand more, how is budget from government, taxpayers' money? Man, you want to understand more. The government through the Minister of Sports, you distribute evenly the way they wanted because government the government lum joxe moy ñoko joxe as Gambia as a country. Lutax jëluñ xalé sen xalisi du def ko ci enveloppe comme niko Yaya Jammeh day defé ngeen dem State House ku ne xawila am sa enveloppe nga ñibi backroom staff bi laay bojang ba ci suuf am ngeen dem man lutax defuñ lolu is beyond me because you cannot give highness to look after goats. Lolu munta am. You can't do that. Ñepp xamone nañu xaliss bi su agé sen loxo one dañ ko sédalé no xamné du neex di public ba paré duñ ko announce ñom they are very fast in going on public and write about stuff but still now waxuñ ñaata lañ jox xaliss xalé officiel waxuñ ko yow xaliss bo xamné momul la ko xaliss government ba légui mënu la wax ni ko xam ba bi ñu ko joxé xamulo I've spoken to some backroom staff no xamné they are in the backroom staff so I understand ne ñom ku ci nekk sax du xam sa morom lu am because am na ñoo xam ne ñoom am nañ 90 grand ñi am nañ 100 or more mooy backroom staff so ñoom ku nekk laa jox doo xam sa morom lu mu am. That's a game. Loolu game la. Players seen boss is obvious ñëpp xam ne ñaata lañ jox gars. Talking about the players, players yi I stop talking to this players because bugguma put pressure on anybody because ñoom dañ wax gars yi ñun dañ leen bëgg a yaaxal waa ngeen toppa koto yi nga xam ne dañ laa yaaxal sa carrière patati patata well fine comme que ñun dañoo yaaxal Ndoye seen carrière we take a fan back to step back ñu toog but lu funny mooy Ndoye ñoo ngi dee call Ndoye démb rek call nañ ma fii on Instagram jox ma details nee ma dañu fay twice dañu fay 40-95 so ñu ne ma 40 bu leen ameloon in Egypt fayin leen ko lii waxi Ndoye la so Ndoye li ñu wax mooy some of them sax dañ leen lay doon ay they were asking them that suñu àggee Gambia rek di ngeen jot seen xaalis we will make you happy so lu gaay waxoon Ndoye amul léegi 5 million bu nga xam ne is from government at least lum dee nga jox Ndoye benn 150 or 160k because baha bi should be distributed among 25 players and the backroom staff and maybe the head of delegation ki nga xam ne mooy head guy mooy Pa Faye yaa ma understand so backroom staff bi ñëpp war a am from Ablaye Bojang down to ñëpp ñu fa nekk yëpp ñëpp war a am but as we speak there is no official statement bu wane how that money was distributed. Then I'm blaming the ministry for allowing that to happen. Why the ministry is allowing that to happen? GFF send xaalis su ñëwee from FIFA, government cannot tell them what to do. Government cannot dictate GFF how to go about their monies. So what has changed? Be xaalis boo xam ne it's from our president mu joxe ko ñëpp gis ko gis check bi 5 million. How comes government mënu koo joxe yaa jëmee dafa joxe xaalisam nu mu ko neexee because moom moo ko mee so Ndoye ñu ne ñoom kontaan right Ndoye ñu ne even bu mu am even sa Ruben even sa bu mu amee joxe xaalis bi sax pour ça ñu wax ne is $3,000 sax was a problem they just mention a token so you have to lead by example.
Interestingly, none of them was going to give those players a token at that particular time to say them
Sana, gis nga soy liggéeyal Gambia xaalis bi jógewu sa poos day wax nit ñi li xew tell the people even players playing in the premiership nga xam ne teams are privately owned seen salary is known to everybody. Yëfi Gambia Sénégal fii nii seen team bi from straight airport to Macky Sall it 10 million home amul joxal ma kii muy non gis nga joxe yi nii moo dee indi dog-dog yi gars yi defoon nañ ko buñ demee 2009 in Thiès the same thing ñuy dog some people 5,000 from their monies after giving them 50k how about 40k they were cutting monies from them 5k and without justification of where those 5,000 are going. The mother Gambia do gaaw a dem kanam sana because ñun sun nit ñi tuxuñ lu of the oil tux day tuxuñ so if you put money on the table daf day mel ni dañ dee nekk a different kind of animal yow xale yi nga xam ne they are struggling in life seen team si they cannot even pay them but Ndoye du ñemee wax xale bi fu wax yow doo dem wax ko the last time in Egypt bu Space TV bindee the amount of money given to the kids dañ all Ndoye meeting they call them to a meeting loolu sax is unprofessional ñoo xam ne they are there to play football nga leen all meeting di leen wane waaw yéen da ngeen dee wax li to put pressure on the team that's not good so I'm blaming the ministry for allowing it to happen because ñoom la ne ministry could have easily on that special day dema ko jël xaalis bi tasaare ko def ko si ay envelope jox players yëpp seen xaalis ñi nga xam ne nekkuñ Gambia they could send somebody to go and pick it for them that's how you do it but you jël money bi nga jox ko jeex xay
it's really really sad
and to add it every single card which you are CFP has been has nothing to do with us because not one butut is going to us. No, you're calling. No, you must call, explain in details. They rather call you to explain, but they are so afraid to even to write it. They lack all. So you see,
yeah, but you can understand them with the, because I think that is what the tactics GFF use. It's not only with the players. They does that to even like,
but Sana, the ministry have a role to play. The ministry is empowering them.
I completely agree. I think so muge persistently muge reoccur, anytime so Halis GFF send to set. If anything has to do with the ministry, let you give the monies directly to the people concerned. But I think Federation Vitamin, they should stop threatening. They should stop threatening these players. They are not. These players, this is their career, so they're playing because they were good. That's why they were selected in the national team. If they were
how can you pay? Nangay fair it. Does it make sense? The government you have one around how much 5.5, how much 6 million in the AFCON.
Yeah.
Government join a 5.5, how much 6 million in the AFCON. Yo, don't want to pay bot. Support si Halis Jambo. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, this entirely is on Bakari Baji's shoulder.
Absolutely.
Ruben, I completely agree with you. He should have known better. But I think, who knows Bakari? Someone who is dining and whining with those people from the GFF obviously wouldn't want to do anything that is going to hurt their integrity. So, to me, I would say, it's part of the same feather. They all flew together. As far as I'm concerned, on my personal opinion, I think, it's just sad. But the only sad part, the worst part of all is you still threaten these players, acting like you are doing them a favor. These players, they were so good that the coach select them to represent their country, and it's a honor. They should not go and represent their country, but this is a honor for every young Gambian to be selected in the national team. But shouldn't they make to sacrifice? This is what they work for. This is what they work for. Without those players, you're Dofaneka.
Exactly.
Without those players, there will be no federation.
And guess what?
So let's be realistic nowadays.
And guess what?
You buy the whole Nini to ransom because you are in power. Look, the way they keep remind people. Ndamsi Yala, Obi Konade, Mfiwan. And he was very powerful and rich. He's gone. Gabi Sose, Nyona Demna. He's still alive. He's still in the Gambia. Sidi Kinde, Nyona Demna. Still Mugi Gambia. Alaji Omasi, Yala Noko Yara Haje wa Ajana. Demna Nyona, he's still there. Plena Patam, Demna. Okay? So I federation, especially those senior staffs. They use their office to threaten Nini. We all know what you're doing. But that's not cool. These are people they should know better. They should know better.
Sana.
Let the boys play football and let them focus on their football. Look at this Jolenko. Nobody's gonna say anything.
Last time, what happened? Just to show you that this threatening thing is happening. The boss said it on Facebook, like léegi ñoom GFF sax soo leen waxee dara dina yóbbu court. I was laughing. When I saw that post on Facebook, I was laughing. I said, look at these people.
Who did say that?
Do your job. Do your job, man. Guys, lii nekkul army camp. Those days have gone. Ngay threatening nit ñi. Lu amatut. Dafa amatut. Even mighty America nga xam ne time boobu kuñ ñëpp a ragal. Even America right now kenn ragalu leen. So yow nga ne da ngaa lead some football. Now you're talking about taking the people to court. Man, I couldn't believe it. When I saw it on Facebook, I couldn't believe it. So loolu moo laa wax ne loolu mooy trickle down to the kids. It trickle down because the boss went on Facebook to talk about, yeah, now from Nekani, we know the way. Ben Sudan has shown us the way. That was very, very childish, son. Very, very childish. Instead of encouraging Ndoye new play, Ndoye, they have family, they have friends. You cannot limit them. Kan lañu waxal ak kan lañ dut waxal. You understand? You can't do that. Do the right thing, and you are not scared of anything. It's as simple as that. For people like us, all what they are saying in their offices, we had it. Deka bi suñu deka la dañ fa am cër fo am xarit am fa noon. It's as simple as that. The threatening. Only weak people. Only people who are weak. Ñoy taxaw dina ñoo threatening after yow nga ne yow. You want to be a leader, you have to be ready to be criticized. Adama Barrow is the president. He controls the army and the police. Every day, people are in the Gambia going on TV and radios saying whatever they want. And he's not responding to anybody. Because you choose to be a leader. If you choose to be a leader, some will be with you, some are against you. So get used to that. Even in your own compound, your own son or daughter can be against you. Life goes on. So bu dee ku la criticize, wàccal fi nga liggéey nga make it. Simple as that. There are people ñoo xam ne they run Gambian football when there was no money. When there was no money, they used from their own personal money to run football. Like, alhamdulillah, things have changed. FIFA is giving more money. Nga ne can do it. But like I said, lu xew with the under 20 yëpp ministry bi la neex. It's as simple as that. Su leen neexutoon du am man loolu laa gëm because xaalis boo xam ne yow moomu la ko ñu jox la ko da nga ko war a share evenly. In fact, why are they giving the kids 135 sana from 5 million? Our neighbors are giving 10 million. Nigeria, just for qualifying to the World Cup, $5 million. $5 million, almost 300,000 just for qualifying. And Taymayagis been a post on Twitter, Benin, the amount of money they will be giving to each club. I think you saw it, huh?
Yeah, the 35 million in the whole team, including the official, everything. That should be 142.
Players 25 like.
Okay.
Backroom staff the up 10.
Yeah, let's say 35.
Yeah, up 10.
So 5 million divided by 35. Lolo is 142.
Each.
Yeah.
Even some players they get in my backroom staff is 142. Ban.
Yeah, including the backroom staff.
Including Pafay in it.
Yeah. Because
Pafay, in that list.
It's part of it. Yeah. So I don't get it. And I think
man su ma nekkoon di ministry dama jël liste bi. I'll take the list. Players ñëw ma jox leen seen enveloppe jox backroom staff enveloppe jox kere délégation mu ngi takk ñu ñibbi amul dem GFF foofu noonu. What for? GFF su jox Ndoye xaalis du ñëw State House.
Right now they just have to pay the kids their 40,000 that they owe them, and that's it. Pay them their money because it's their money. So suñ ko lekkee tamit xam nañ ne li nga lekk du xaalis bi newul leen. That was the only thing. But it was nice having you. We've got into the show 43 minutes. I think it's important for us to touch this topic because it's trending, and we don't want to go without talking about it as well. In as much as we're trying to advocate for players to people to be treated with equal right and justice. People has to, if they work for the country, and they should have they should get what they're supposed to get, especially when it comes to monies given by the government. I think Nini, should definitely run away from that.
And Sarah, to end the show, do you think we should adjust the under 20 in terms of bringing some players, better players.
I mean, I 100% agree. We have to make some adjustments because understanding that some of them would be out, they wouldn't be playing. And then I mean, I'm still yet to confirm that. But if I am Lai Bojang, I needed like another striker. I would also say we also need another midfielder. We also need to bring in a competition at the back as well, and our right back as well. For Ghana, we needed a right back to have more competition in the team. It was a team that was joy to watch, but it's not the experience. It's not the best experience team we had. If I was in this position, I would have really looked forward to have a little bit of reinforcement in the team.
Well, yesterday, I was with my camera and we had this brother from England, Mofal.
I watched it. I watched the whole show.
Okay, so he is. You had him. He is at a high level.
It's a bit surprised. I have heard them say a lot of great things. In terms of scouting, I think our technical department has to do better together with the coach. Talent identification, has to be on top of our priorities. Because there are a lot of Gambians. It's a question mark. It's a question mark. Those are some questions that needs to be answered.
Because man, the only player
we have a lot of Gambians. We have a lot of Gambians judo outside the country, and they are Gambians and they are happy to be Gambians. And we need to start putting an eye on them. To try to be part of their development. In that way, so guys they may be hit in their career. It's gonna be easy to have them in the
catch them young.
Yeah. So, but if you don't show any interest in any player, then they hit. I don't know if you have to cover Hunter. You still want you want to go after him. The love isn't there anymore because he's never felt I'm part of the Gambia and stuff.
Man, one thing that impressed me about this Mo File boy is he don't have option B. He just want to play for Gambia and that's it.
Yeah. He's humble. I think and this wording, he will use the right wording. He's only waiting for that call. That call to say, hey Mo, I mean we really following your progress. We putting an eye on you, and then you could expect a call from the national team because it is up to the coach to decide whether Buganaho or not. Okay, the federation has nothing to do with that. But it's always nice if somebody like from the federation.
So do you think it's that simple?
What do you mean?
Is that simple? Just do you think they will allow the coach to do whatever he wants?
On a normal circumstances, the coach needs to select his players.
He should, but I'm saying, in Gambia,
it's the Gambia. It's always a different scenario. It's always a different scenario. Why? Could be man. Even though Gambia, we have a different scenario. I will still advocate. Recommend the coaches try to be strong-headed in terms of their selection because at the end of the day, if they fail. You like to put on the Jalal key, or you put under pressure for you to pick. And even though they're not going to admit it in public, they are the very people who will go behind your back to say that you doesn't key more. So start doing things on your own. Start believing in yourself. The reason you Nijela as the head coach is because they saw potential in you. So start selecting your own team. Start selecting your own backroom staff.
No, Sana, calm down. Sana, Lulu Mom Gambia. Lulu Gambia only Tom Mom Luna.
But let me tell you, Abib, it is not realistic. I don't share the same ideas with those people. How can I work with them?
But Sana in Gambia, that's how things work.
But we have to start. We need to start changing that.
They want Sana. Gambia so holy backroom starts that. Sana, you do that of. We know how it works there. It's a caboodle thing. Do not buy. Normally a coach then la buy and pick. It's a 3 backroom staff.
It all has to start from that backroom staff because I'm with the backroom staff behind they share the same ideology. Or munna fit into your to your working philosophy, it's going to be difficult for you to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Sana you should backroom staff be. Apart from like Bojan as the head coach at Yaya Man, who is next?
The physios I know.
Thank you.
The physios I know.
And I understand that there were, I'm not government ex-players or how they were I want the interest to be part of any setup, but they tried to come in, but they were not given the opportunity.
I know them, but I don't want to be defensive. I know them. I know those folks. You know, it's just unfortunate, Abib. We have to change our line of work.
And
I think it's really important.
Sana, Gambia. I would say, I remember when that was retiring, I was there. I was there at the goal project. They promised him in front of the wall. That video is still on Facebook. They promised him of things. Sweet talks that yo hangana yanko was away gumulo. Bu time bi jote develop. The same thing applies to footy. You sugarcoat things.
Footy mom you know rebel la. So then take the footy. Why not expect no lulu? Nda should know better. He knows the country.
No. Listen. Kele fas lawe he kadom dan ko jël bam def otherwise.
Why? No, Mananda knows exactly what he has to do, and he's done that. You know, and he knows he can only say yes and wait for them. But
no, but it wasn't like that asked for it from the beginning. They pushed them like, yeah, yen kay mom so len pare yen mom da nga ñu pare bëgg ñëw ngeen def ko marathon. Harama kolal ki lagal ki some of them let's send a message, don't reply. You read people's wait. Anyway, Sana. Well, it's getting late at my end. It's almost 12 o'clock. I'm kind of hungry, you know. No, I didn't banana for. So all what I did to do, my lekabe sur matanga second, do some cars, I do some malal, and then reply my messages. I've seen a lot of messages. Just now my camera call. Just now Baji call, Baji, and some other people do call. So munuma fix my voice. You know, I think. And then I haven't started Mofal because we don't have a star called Fal. So Mofal is licensed. So the enjoy command. So masala.
All right, Abib. Have a good one, bro.
Thanks for everything, man. Good night.